What's happening? And happy Wednesday, straight up Tennessee fam. It's your boy Ruck in the building today, man. Tonight we got a banger show. You see the title. It does cause some concern, but I think that you're going to be shocked with some of the responses that we have tonight. Are we really going to be okay? Is Tennessee football going to be okay? You just come off of a playoff run. You just come off of one of the best 3-year stints that our program has had in the last 10 years, but then you lose a ton of talent on this roster. You don't recoup a lot of that offensive talent that we've had on this roster. And we have yet to see any moves come on this roster. What more do we need to see? Are we going to be okay? Will the offense improve? We got Mike Matthews back. Yay. Who else did we get? We don't know. We don't know what the spring is going to hold, but there's also a lot of good news and a lot of bad news out of Knoxville as of today on Wednesday. But, yo, we're going to get this thing popping tonight. It's going to be a fun show. I got C2. I got Sale with me, man. Y'all know it's your boy Ruck in the building. Let's tap in tonight on this Wednesday. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's straight up Tennessee, baby. Let's get it.
First play, second quarter, touchdown Tennessee. That throw's intercepted. Pierce down the sideline. Touchdown.
Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Ruck in the building. Got my guys with me, but y'all know what to do, man. It's the top of the show. Like, comment, subscribe, and join. Hit that join button, man. $2. Hop in here, hang out with the boys all the time. You'll be able to get into the Discord channel and really chop it up with us. We hear first-handed news breaking there probably faster than VolQuest gets it to you. I'm not even capping. So, but Apple and Spotify, happy Thursday morning for y'all. Y'all know what to do, man. Rate it 5 stars. Let the people know why they need to be listening. Straight up Tennessee, baby. What's happening, my guy? I love it. Listen, the only thing that makes this better is when everybody hops on, when it's Sale, Turn, and C2, it's a party. But this is a good gathering, you know, when the boys get in here.
Yeah.
What's good?
It's good. It's hump day.
It is hump day. And we got a ball game tonight. It makes hump day even better.
It did, man. I kind of like that start time too. I like that 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern start time because, man, we get to get on here. We can chop it up about what we want to talk about. And then it leads us right into that game here in the next 45 minutes. So if y'all have been living under a rock, Tennessee and Georgia play tonight. This is Tennessee's fourth SEC game.
Fourth for both of them. Tennessee
and so this is a fourth game. We're at home tonight. I'm never calling it the Food City Center. They're at Thompson Bowling Arena. Have y'all seen TBA recently, though? It looks so terrible with this big Food City F in the very front main. I'm like, bro, I understand y'all wanted the money, but here's what's funny. They ain't changed nothing. like the arena still looks the same. There's no new Jumbotron, like they said. They ain't updated the lodge. Like, when that money gonna kick in, Danny? Can you tell me, please?
Did he approve that fan center?
I don't remember. He did approve the that G10T project. You know what I'm talking about? How they're taking the top of G10 and putting hotels and bars and stuff right there.
That's what I was talking about.
That is approved.
How it connects to TBA to the ramp.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be bananas. But let's hop in the chat. See what's up. Dylan Elam in the building. What's up, D? Tennessee Junior, McCoy getting hurt, bro. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about Jermod getting injured later on. Dylan Elam, Sally, High powered bass. What's up, man? Underrated channel. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate that love, man. Appreciate the love. He said,
Yeah, thanks,
still not
man.
as bad as the giant Bass Pro they put on our pyramid.
That's true.
I don't know. It's pretty bad. The Food City, the Bass Pro in the pyramid there in Memphis ain't bad. Like, it's actually a really good like attraction. People be going there all the time. When I lived in Memphis, bro, it was one of the most busiest parts of the city.
People do go there. It just doesn't look great when you're.
It don't look right necessarily, but though you're in the middle of like redneck century, right where you are. You got the people from West Memphis and Arkansas. Then you got the people from South Haven and Olive Branch, Mississippi, driving up to the Bass Pro just because it's Bass Pro and it's in a pyramid. Like, they knew what they were doing, bro. It was a marketing thing, bro. Look, Dylan said the fudge at the pyramid made up for it. Fact. Shout out to the boy Adrian in the building too. Adrian been a member of the channel for 1 year, y'all. 1 year. Shout out to that boy Adrian, man. We go wait. Actually, he said, let me show y'all real quick. 13 months. He said, let me show y'all a year and a month. You feel me? Shout out to that boy Adrian, man. Okay, guys. Let's just dive in, bro, because y'all know we can just get on here, chop it up, and talk random stuff the whole 45 minutes. But are we really okay? Like, how are y'all feeling, man? Like, you saw what happened against Ohio State in the college football playoff. You fast forward now to the portal and what we didn't see. We didn't see any splashes from us. Like, we didn't see us go after those big names, Zach Branch, Zion Branch. We thought we were in that race. Based off of what I'm hearing, we never were. And I just wonder how y'all feel. I'll tell you how I feel, but I want to know how y'all feel. Sel, all of the stuff that you're not hearing about the portal transactions and knowing that Heupel has continuously made this roster better, even in the midst of us not necessarily right now seeing what it's going to be in 8 months when we strap up our pads and go to Atlanta and play Syracuse. Like, how do we feel on January 15th?
I mean, does it surprise me really? I don't know. I think for me, I'm one of those fans where I came a little realistic after the Ohio State game, like for certain on where we are, and I understand how long it really takes to get a program over that hump. It's hard to win. Like, I think people don't understand how hard it is to win, and not just win, but win consistently and kind of have like a dynasty. And like there's a reason why we haven't been there since early 2000s, and it takes time to revamp all of that up all over again. It doesn't just take coaching. You got to have the players on top of that. We got exposed first round of the playoffs with that. So, I mean, I don't know. I said that after the game. I didn't get to hop on the pod when y'all talked about the Ohio State game, but I think a lot of, for me, I'm realizing what we're getting with Heupel and what we need for it to be successful. And we might need to apologize to some former players in the past because of that.
C2, when you look at the current state of what we have left after the Sampson declaring and all of the transfers and everything like that, like, how do you feel? Do you think we're okay?
I don't think we're okay currently, but I think it's too early to like sound the alarm bells, if you know what I mean. Like, we still have the spring transfer window to go. So there's more talent that could be coming in. Then I think people may be underestimating, like Sel said, the impact that just the absolute drubbing that Ohio State gave us in that game had on our transfer portal ability.
I'm just looking. When I first asked the question, Adrian said, "Hello, no." Okay, keep going. Sorry,
but I think maybe some of that will be mitigated after seeing how Ohio State has beat the two teams after us as well. My hope is that we see some of that money that they, tacked on that talent fee for being splashed around in the spring transfer portal. Otherwise, they need to start sending some of that money back to the people.
Me, that would be me. I need my 10% back, Danny.
Ain't no way you can tell people you're doing a talent fee and then not bring in any new talent. Really, I mean,
Crazy.
we got some people, but we didn't get the amount of people we were wanting. On the other hand, though, if there's culture issues,
Ooh. Now are we talking about Tennessee or worldwide? I mean, countrywide.
Well, countrywide, there's definitely culture issues, but when they were looking at people and seeing some of the off the field issues, and we didn't bring them in because of that. On the one hand, I understand it because you don't want to introduce that into the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, if it's good enough talent, I feel like our coaching staff should have some confidence in themselves to be able to like knock that crap off and get that kid in here, get that kid into our culture and help build them up.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got mixed feelings on that.
I hear you on that, C. And I want to unpack that for a second, because when you talk about culture issues and bringing kids from other places in, I almost wonder if Jeremy Banks put so much caution on Heupel. Because let's just say this, the 2022 season was completely ruined because of an incident Jeremy Banks had in the locker room before the South Carolina game, in which he didn't play in the South Carolina game because of the incident. We all still don't know what actually happened. There's a bunch of rumors out on what happened, but it sounds like they were beefing with Hendon and all of the quarterbacks, and they were beefing because of NIL. And that is not a surprising thing coming from Jeremy Banks. Like, Jeremy Banks was by far our best linebacker in 2022. Him and Aaron Beasley together was they were crazy. But I wonder if that instance is why we kind of have our hands tied, and Heupel is like just nervous to bring in a guy that's uber talented, but like you said, does have an attitude or an off the field in the classroom kind of issue. Maybe he can't even stay ahead of the game. He may be flunking out. Like, I don't know.
We were talking about that in our group chat earlier today, or within the last 24 hours, like with the NIL and stuff. There's no way all of these kids are eligible. Like, I highly doubt all of these players got credits that are transferring from one school to another. I mean, and hear me out too. It only takes like a 2.3 to be eligible. Come on, you just got to participate and show your face. But like all of these players, the season is over. They taking trips, they're training and stuff. These guys are not going to class. It's inevitable with this money. And people are living the pro life before being an actual pro, that there's not some type of head case situation in the locker room. Like, that's what the times we're in now. And on top of that, we're not going to see that dominant team anymore now because of the NIL. We're going to see the most level of a field in all sports now, more than ever.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit the chat real quick, y'all, because there's some good stuff in here. High Power Base was talking earlier when we were talking about the play calling, or when we were talking about are we okay? He says play calling is at least 3 times the issue that the talent would be. That's we could talk about that for 20 minutes. Tennessee Junior says, no, we're not doing great. We were on the right track, but we aren't closing on any high level talent to close the gap. Adrian says the roster we have now, I'm predicting 7 or 8 wins until we upgrade. I mean, I'm right behind you. Dylan says we did a great job retaining talent, but our depth took a big hit, and it didn't get any better at any position, in my opinion. Amari Jefferson is a solid depth piece, and Wendell Moy is going to have to prove it to me. He only started 3 games at Arizona, right? Like, the only transfer guy we got is a guy that didn't play. Sounds like the Lance Hurd situation. Like, Lance Hurd has hella upside, and Lance got better, folks. Like, Lance got better by game 13. Lance was a different player. But you know, it's we got to have ready now kind of guys. High Power Base says Heck no, you don't try to fix these NIL culture problem, kids. No way, you will hurt yourself going down that road. Yeah, talking about hypo, like, are we not seeing those splashes because he's more worried about protecting culture? I think so, you know. Adrian Wells says Jeremy Banks and Jimmy Holiday were head cases. He says Tyler Barron and Gerald Mincy too. God almighty. Gerald Mincy might go down as the wildest college player ever. This man is injured at Kentucky. Sel, I don't know if you know this. This man was injured towards the back half of the season. A fan caught a picture of him at the concession stand during the game.
Yeah.
How?
Bro, this dude was at the concession stand during the middle of the game, bro.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Like that is wild, bro. That is wild. That is absolutely insane.
People want to go after AJ Brown for reading and staying focused on the sideline while Gerald Mincy's out at the concession stand getting himself a little snack.
boy was eating. That's crazy. Adrian says there is the reason that retype that. Probably that there is a reason Heupel's being cautious.
He's saying Barron, Mincy, Banks, and Holiday were head cases, and they are the reason.
They're the
Heupel's
reason.
being cautious. Yeah.
Okay. That's hot too, because I never saw that with Tyler Barron. But then I think about it, he wanted to transfer before last season, but we retained him. And you knew TB was chasing bags, man. Like, he just wanted money. At the end of the day, like, he's gonna go get drafted in like the 5th or 6th round in April, and he'll be a decent pro. And I like Tyler Barron. I thought he was fantastic. But yeah, see, I agree with what Dylan said. Barron had issues with Coach G. And Coach G, you know why? Because Coach G got up in that boy. Like, no pause, no homo. But like, he was like, that's a coach you want to play for. And if you ain't built like that, you can't play for him. It's really simple. I think about Sel. I go back to when we was kids, bro. Man, Coach Eric used to yell at me like I was an 18-year-old kid when I was a crisp 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it molded and shaped me from when I got to high school and I was getting cussed out in the locker room by my coach. I'm just listening. Like, okay, this is nothing to me. You don't know Eric Lane. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, but some kids, like this generation of kids, they ain't used to that. They just used to people telling them how good they are.
Mm-hmm. Participation trophies, everyone's getting a pat on the back.
That's it.
In the air, man.
And on that point, I don't know what more it's going to take for some sort of change to happen in the process. I mean, we've got kids out here committing vehicular manslaughter trying to declare for the NFL draft.
That story is wild.
And we knew it was coming. We saw how many kids from Georgia were getting in trouble speeding and doing all that crap. Like,
yeah, well, anytime that your celebration is,
yeah,
you always shoot. You know it was, yeah, just like, and if y'all don't know what we're talking about the Kyron Lacey situation there at LSU. He has a vehicular manslaughter charge out, and he knew this is the part. This is the part that I'm so confused about. You have the incident, you don't turn yourself in instantly.
Mm-hmm.
You declare for the draft 2 days after the incident, like, oh, that's just gonna cover up the incident. You killed somebody, bro.
And then he got out on bond.
I don't know, man.
Someone
Dylan said, bro, you are a D1 athlete. You are not in these streets.
Someone needs to get a hold of these kids before it's even more too late than it already is for several of them.
Yeah. I thought that story was sad.
Happened to that receiver from Bama in Vegas a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
Henry Ruggs.
His whole career is just trash now.
Over. Yeah. I mean, I can just think about a lot of different things, man. Like, what was the kid that was committed to Kentucky? Terrence. I can't remember his last name. He was a hooper. But he was in LA driving super
Jones?
fast.
Are you talking
You
about
know,
Calipari days or football or
yep,
basketball?
Calipari days.
Terrence Jones?
Not that far back. This was just like 2 or 3 years ago. He was working out.
Okay.
He was at a workout in LA with former teammates. Hold on, I gotta look this up now. I gotta look this up now. It's gonna kill me.
Terrence
Clark.
Hmm.
Terrence Clark. He was a Kentucky guard. He never played it down, but he was driving crazy, and ran straight into a pole and died from a car accident. And so it's just,
Oh, I know who you're talking about now.
yep. He was like McDonald's All-American,
Hmm.
top 5, was going to Kentucky to play, and boom, so it's just like, how, not that he was a bad kid, because he wasn't, but it's just the stupidity. Like, why are we driving 80, 70 miles on Kingston Pike? Like, that's the way I think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
there's a reason
immature.
most
Not ready.
teenagers are never given access to that type of car, right?
Yeah.
That type of money. Our brains aren't fully functional at that point in time. Like we ain't thinking right.
Hmm.
Yeah. And the NI, I think me and you talked about this a little bit on Sunday, see? And they've got to figure something out with NIL, though. I could talk about that for hours, but they got to figure something out, because yes, I love the even playing field. It makes the big dogs the same dogs. Like, we're all the same dogs. It's just, do you have a couple of more than I got this cycle?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, while we made no moves and we all are kind of in panic mode, we have time. It's January 15th. Like, we have time. Who knows if some of these guys that we've recruited, what about Travis Smith, Rodarius Jackson? Are these guys going to come in and be like ready to go? I think so. I think they're going to have to be. Travis Smith is a dog. If you ain't watched his film's better than Mike Matthews was as when Mike was coming out. And I don't know. I think the Amari Jefferson pickup is fantastic. You still have Brazel, who was how do I say this about Chris Brazel? Brazel wasn't an overachiever, but he wasn't an underachiever. He was just okay. You know what I mean? You thought he was under?
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that, Sal. I thought he was a little bit of an underachiever.
Do you think it was because, okay, now, do y'all think that because of the hype?
Nah, look at everything he dropped. He got hit in the face in the last game and dropped it. I mean, that man was, I don't know. I mean,
I think there were drop issues, and I think there were play calling issues that limited him.
The whole core underachieved personally. So
yeah, the receivers as a whole, if you had to put a grade on the receivers from 2024, I'm a D+.
I'm not.
They sucked. They sucked.
I'm not mad at that.
Like, they sucked.
Here's the other thing I'll say about these guys that may be ready to play when they come in. If they're ready to play and they're playing better than people we already got, they should be starting. I don't care if they're starting over an 8th-year senior who's been a walk-on for this team, giving his heart and soul to the team. Love that for you. Really glad you're here. They should give you a scholarship and pay for your school. I don't know about back pay on 8 years. That's a lot. But we've got to stop playing older guys just because they're older guys.
Yeah, for sure.
If someone's better, they need to be on the field.
Tennessee Jr. says Brazel hit that confidence issue while.
Well, you can't say that no more. See, if they paying you that money, they're going to have to play you.
They're going to have to. I mean, and then I think about it this way. While we don't know if the receiving room got better, we do know that it got way more talented. That's the one thing that we can say. You bring Mike back. Brazel, he's got to come into his own. I think I explained this. Maybe I was talking to UC, or maybe this was
comparing to Jalen that year. Jalen struggled. Then the next year he came in on fire.
Something about year 2. as a receiver in Heupel's offense. Something about year 2, the way that people transition and people make a jump is drastic. Look at Dante Thornton. Year 2, he was in his bag, and you could tell that he was really the only guy Nico trusted 30 plus yards down the field. Like, he didn't want to throw that deep ball to anybody else. He had to at times, and you could tell the timing was off. The consistency and where Nico was placing the football was different. And you could just tell it just felt like a lot of guys had no idea what the heck was going on. But year 2, Dante, different kind of guy this year. You know, I thought Squirrel White was just I don't have words for how bad he was this year. Yes, he was injured, and we shouldn't have been playing a guy that was playing with one arm, period.
No.
But that lets me know that Kelsey Pope ain't doing what he's supposed to do if nobody else can get out there and play.
What do you all think about? Have you heard that take that Hypo needs to stop hiring internally? And
I've been saying that. The Darrell Sims hire is going to be a perfect example. Darrell Sims is the running back coach that just got picked up because Jerry Mack left. And while he did not recruit Dylan Sampson, and we all knew Dylan Sampson was going to be D-Samp. Like, we knew that. He didn't need a new coach to get to what he was doing this year. You know what I mean? We just knew he was going to get more touches. But I think you can give Darrell Sims the credit for Deshaun Bishop.
Yeah.
I think Bishop just a dog.
I mean, yeah, but I think you can give some credit because think about it too. Even Peyton Lewis in the minutes that he got did not look bad.
I agree.
They both looked better than Cam Seldon.
And that was the thing. Cam Seldon was hurt in the fall semester and didn't work, didn't get that work that those guys got. And Sims is going to, I could tell Sims put his time where he knew the Cats was going to play. And Bishop and Lewis in the times they had, I'm not worried about the running back room. Like, yes, you lose a dynamic playmaker in Dylan Sampson. But now this is going to force us to open that thing back up like 2022, bro. Like, this offense has to get more explosive like it was. Get back to who you were. Throwing it because it don't even make sense, but just throwing it. I can remember our first and second down, bro, we were running curls. Like, regardless. It didn't matter. We wasn't running the ball up the middle. We were running curls to Cedric Tillman. We were running slants to Brew McCoy.
That's what I'm saying. Make it simpler. Like, honestly, the best drive of all year that I feel like we didn't do at all during the year, that was just chipping, just diming away 10, 15 yards, running a good mix. What's that first drive at Georgia?
Yeah. I mean, let's go back. Let me take you on another journey. I hesitate to say one of the best drives we had all year was just 4 short weeks ago in Columbus, Ohio, before halftime, when Nico was picking apart that defense, and at the end, he punches it in himself. Like, that drive was, I mean, bro, he throws a dot on the sideline to Brew McCoy. He throws a slant kind of dig route to Squirrel White. Then he does it again on the opposite side to Brazel. And you're like, oh my God, like, where's this been all day? We're down 21-0, but you're like, okay. And then you get down in the red zone and Nico's like, man, forget this, bro. I'm punching. And he punches it. And it's like, that was like what we didn't do this year. I didn't see the aggressiveness that Heupel, like Sale, we talked about. There was one game you text me and you was like, I can't believe Heupel didn't go for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hype is risky, edgy, pushing the boundary. It was Georgia. Yeah, it was. And we're like, bro, we lost that edge. How do we get that back?
He probably don't trust who he got. And he probably trusted his defense way more than his offense. So he's just like, let me go ahead and punt it, push him a little bit farther back, and I'm gonna rely on my defense. I mean, that was the story of the whole year. I don't think we give Heupel enough credit on knowing his team.
Bro, I hit the freaking nail on the head, bro. That's literally what I was about to say. Like, he did not trust that we could do it offensively.
And
So
another
now,
example. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Another example. I know we haven't got there yet, but the extension today with Banks. We get mad all the time in our group chat talking about soft coverage, not pressing up and being aggressive. But I think Ohio State has showed why we needed some cushion because them boys was beating us. I
They
don't
were
think we're
cooking us.
athletic, fast enough, quick enough to guard close up on defense on the outside.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Tim Banks, man. Tim Banks signs a contract extension today. Did they release all of the details of it? Have y'all
I didn't
seen
see
it?
it yet.
I haven't
Mm-mm.
seen all of
I've
the
not seen
details.
all of it. No.
But what I do know from talking to some people in the talking to some people in the circle, that contract's been on his desk since the Mississippi State game. And it was a $2 million contract. So he's gonna be making $2 million a year. And it's been sitting on his desk since Mississippi State. What
So
took
that
him so
means
long?
so that
What
means he
took
got
him
no head coaching offers since Mississippi State.
what took him so long to say, yeah, when you about to be making $2 million to be an assistant?
Well, some of it could also be some guys don't like to sign extensions in the middle of the season. So that could be part of it, but there also could be the part where, like Sel said, he didn't get the. I'm sure he got some head coaching offers, but it
not
wasn't the
2 mil.
offer he wanted.
Yeah. I mean, here's what Dylan says. He said, we leaned on the defense way too often. We had issues at both tackles and the receivers were banged up. But at some point, the rubber has to meet the road. Talking about Tim Banks. It's not official yet, but it's official enough. Yeah, and Tennessee Junior says this about Tim Banks. He was riding and fishing for head coaching gig. Yeah.
Garner got an extension too, right?
He got extended, I think, last year.
Okay.
Going to what Dylan said there, that at some point the rubber has to meet the road. I agree that there were problems where Heupel didn't trust who he had. Though the one person I wish he would have trusted more than he did at parts of the season was Nico. Because we saw what Nico could do when drives were just given over to him, like that Ohio State drive.
Mm-hmm.
I get not wanting to risk him get hurt.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. We got to get out of that mindset. We didn't care that Hendon was out there running around looking crazy.
Right.
I don't care. Run the $8 million man. Like, I don't care. He's a dog, bro. He made so many plays against Ohio State. And it showed me this dude could have been doing this all year. Like
he was our offense that game.
God, dude. I mean, like, he was making plays after play after play, and no receiver was getting open. I'm there, y'all. I'm in there. I'm in the stadium. I'm watching things happen. The receivers weren't getting open, bro. Like, it's just, I mean, they getting pushed off the ball. Once they get on their route, they don't even know when to turn their head. Like, bro, it was bad. Adrian says this in the chat. I miss Alex Golish play calling. You know, for the longest, I was like, it ain't Golish. It ain't Golish. It's Golish,
might
man.
be.
Sheesh. At this point, it's Golish, man.
Did we see any slot wheels this year?
None.
I'm not going to say it's goalish yet, but if we've been promised a more creative offense this coming year and it ain't, then it was 100% goalish.
Look, Tennessee Junior, I got love for the boys, but wide receiver room was doo-doo. Facts.
They were lost out there half
Facts.
the time, man.
Like I said, while we don't know where where if the room got better, we know it got more talented. You're gonna see Boo Carter in some offensive snaps. How many? I don't know, but he's gonna play some. You're gonna see Mike Matthews. You got Amari Jefferson, who was Mr. Football in 2023 here at Baylor School in Chattanooga. You get Travis Smith, who is a freak athlete at 6'4", 200 pounds, and runs a 4.3 40. A freak. Then you get another guy, Rodarius Jackson, smooth, twitchy, kind of agile receiver. He is a dog. can we develop and can we get these guys on the field? The biggest thing I think, y'all, I think it's kind of strange. Brew McCoy has not declared for nothing. Does Brew come back?
He might as well.
I mean, he's not going to get drafted super high, so
Or at all.
I don't know if y'all agree with me, but I'm surprised at whatever mock draft I saw that he was on the board and Thornton wasn't. Because me personally, I'm taking Thornton over Brew.
After this year, I mean, and just in general, I mean, I feel like Dante got more upside.
I agree. I mean, I don't know if I told my dad this or told you guys, but I think that duo is going to be the exact same in the league as Juwan Jennings and Callaway.
yeah, you did post that either in our text or in the chat.
Yeah,
some of those NFL teams though, they like that like possession style receiver that Brew can be, where he can catch the ball through contact. So that might be why they had him on the. No, but I mean, he needs to come back if not, because what's the point otherwise?
Dylan said Brew accepted his invite to the Senior Bro, so he's pretty much gone.
That'll help him.
Well, good. I guess the moral of the story is we don't know. Okay.
On the bright side, if you get drafted late, you can go to a good team that are getting drafted by the Titans.
You know, that's the thing. Right now, we don't know if we're okay, but we got time. I think the offense is going to improve, and I don't think we should expect less.
Nah. If we get to the point where we're expecting less, it's time to move on.
Yep. I don't want another 2010 decade, bro.
If we get to the point where we're expecting to stay the same, we should move on, because college football, you can't just stay in the same spot. You got to keep moving forward, or you're going backwards anyway, because everyone else is moving forward.
Yeah. Well, boys, let's talk about this, man. Tennessee basketball. Let's kind of turn the page a little bit as we get closer to tip off. Tennessee basketball against Georgia tonight there at the Thompson. I about said the Food City Center, like I told you I would never say, but they're at Thompson Bowling Arena. What is this team good?
Yeah.
After seeing these last
Barnes
2
will
weeks,
never win a championship.
I was about to say that. I just don't think that we're natty. We're not natty worthy.
Rick Barnes will never win a championship. Tennessee fans need to just be satisfied with Elite Eight. If we're lucky, we'll touch the Final Four. Love defense to death. I'm a defensive guy. We can't score for jack. Just accept the reality of it.
What's the issue?
We can't score ever. And we're too inconsistent.
Is it a recruiting thing?
No, our offense is boring, and we only have 2. Well, that shows you the offense too, but scoring wise, who we got? Chaz. That man been inconsistent. I don't want to hear another DK comparison, because when DK got rolling, it was like 20-point games for like 20 games straight. So throw them comparisons out the window. But we got Chaz, Gainey, Dubar showing up. I've been waiting on that all year. You said that too. And Igor, but that boy Igor, he is soft. That Florida game showed me that he was Charmin. I'm going crazy right now, but hey.
Real quick, I gotta plug this. Dylan said, here's a reason for everybody to join the channel. A little birdie told me if a certain coach takes a certain job, we could be getting another portal edition. Join the channel, y'all. $2, man. Quit capping, man. Well, here's a basketball thing, Sel. What's crazy is Tennessee's bottom 3 in points per game on offense, but top 3 defensively in points per game.
Yep.
It's not. Adrian said, "Can we trade for Bruce Pearl? I miss him,
Hey, them boys putting on a show over there,
bro.
man.
Them dudes are." But see, that's how electric we were.
Hmm.
If you go back, think about Ramar Smith, Jawan Smith, Tyler Smith, J.P. Prince. Them rosters, bro.
Hmm.
Wayne Chisholm, like they were exciting to watch play.
Yep.
They were so exciting, bro. Like they were doing that same stuff, bro. JP Prince windmilling in the middle of the lane. Like just it's a 5-man set. Somehow he getting off windmills. Like
Yep.
that's Bruce's style, man. And Bruce is, I grew up with what
Adrian in the chat.
So what? He lied. He was winning. Two problem is we got two guys in the starting 5 that can't make a basket to save their lives.
But
Akara and
I'm fine with
Meshack.
that though, Dylan, because sometimes you got to have a spark coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm. But do you gotta have two guys that can't score in your starting 5?
Well, who's coming in for Akapar? Dubar?
We miss JP bad.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that how we miss JP Estrella bad.
I'm not mad at that switch. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You never know with Rick Barnes. I'm not mad with our starting 5 switching up depending on the matchups, because I'm not mad at Igor being the 5 and Dubar being the 4, depending on who we play.
My favorite lineup the other night against Texas, it was Z, Gainey, Chaz, Dubar, and Akpara, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to clip Ruck saying Z was in his favorite lineup.
I mean, you can clip it, bro. Listen, y'all don't want me to start talking about Zakai Ziegler right now. It's 6:52. We got to wrap up, bro. We got 3 minutes. We got to wrap. I will sit here and tell you every reason why he just, I don't know, man. I know me and Sal talked about this. Like, is he top? I think we were like, he's top 3 point guards in Rick Barnes' era. He definitely is 3. Like, he might go to 4. I could find somebody else. Lamonte Turner is better. I ain't capping. I could say if I had to put the point guards in the Rick Barnes era in order, I would say Jordan Bone, Kennedy Chandler. I would put Lamonte Turner there, bro. And then Zakai Ziegler. Somebody tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not mad.
Y'all watch the same games I'm watching, and y'all trying to defend this terrible play.
I just wanted to get you riled up.
Oh, see, y'all be capping with me, man. Y'all boys be capping with me.
Around you. I miss Lamonte though. Lamonte, one of my favorite defensive players that Barnes has had.
Dude was a dog, he had that. That's what I was gonna say. He had that yeet. If that mug was flying, like when he was in his bag, like I think about that Kentucky dagger. Like when he was locked in
against Purdue.
Yeah, he cost us that game.
Yeah.
I mean, he was turning the ball over left and right. But Dylan says ZZ's just way too inconsistent, man. One night he giving you 25, and the next he's 0 of 9, throwing up bricks. Somebody need to tell. This is the one thing they do need to tell Zakai. Little man, you need to get on the jugs and throw oops to the jug. Like, because at least that's gonna teach you how to get it up. Like, bro, be throwing line drive oops. I'm like, bruh. First of all, you 5'9". Like, if I was 6'2" and I was throwing it, that's a little different. That's a little different. But yeah, man, that's our problem. I think here's the thing. Here's when Sal, you said that Rick Barnes is never gonna win a national championship. Here's the reason I think Rick Barnes will never win a national championship at Tennessee. What wins in the NCAA tournament? What guides you to a win?
Being hot at the right time, so scoring.
Even more. That's a hot point. But your guards will win you the tournament.
Oh, for sure.
It's a guard. All the NCAA tournament is guards. Think about UConn. Nobody cared about Donovan Clingan. Like, he wasn't. Nobody. Stephon Castle was in his bag.
Oh yeah. Nice.
What was the other cat that had no star looks?
I don't know their names.
guards will win you a national championship. We don't have good enough guards to win a natty. Now, if I come back here in March and Tennessee somehow won the natty, I don't want you to hear me say that our guards weren't good. I just don't think that they're good enough.
No. And Meshack kills me because Meshack is our best driver, and this man will get a paint touch every time, but that man don't ever look at the rim.
He instantly turned his back.
Yeah.
He would get fouled every single time he went up. But what y'all got tonight? What final thoughts, final remarks on what the Vols do tonight, man, there in Thompson-Boling Arena?
Shout out to Blue Cane, Knoxville native.
Shout out to Blue.
They back in the city, man. They'll win. I don't really have a score prediction. I haven't seen Georgia play yet.
What about you, C2?
This team's impossible to predict, to be honest with you. I don't know what they're going to do. If we can limit the turnovers and rebound like we have been, we win. But regardless of how we rebound, if we're turning the ball over 15 plus times, I don't think it looks good for us.
I think I kind of go with the same take as Sale. You're back at home. Go win by 20 and get yourself feeling good this week before you head to Vandy on Saturday. And then before you've got the toughest 2-week stretch of any SEC team in the entire conference. I mean, it's these next 2 weeks are for real. Next week, next Tuesday, you get you get Mississippi State at home. You turn around on that Saturday, you got to go to Auburn. Then the next week on Wednesday, you get a Missouri team who people be sleep on Missouri. I don't know why. They straight.
They won't lose by 20 at home ever.
Nah. And then you turn around on that next Saturday, man, and you're at Oklahoma. So sorry, you're Florida. So and sorry, you got Kentucky on the 28th, not Missouri.
I got us beating Florida. I know that was a bad loss. We talked about this yesterday in the group chat, but even though we had an embarrassing loss, I don't think Florida is a better team than us. I think we got punked and bullied.
And that won't happen again. Not at the crib.
I think we get revenge on the first for sure.
So,
and Vandy's struggling with South Carolina right now. They're only up by 1. So if we can take care of Georgia, get some momentum going, we should be able to punk Vandy.
Yeah,
later this week.
I hope so, man. I hope so. But y'all, we'll be out. I'll be out this weekend, so we will not have a Sunday show. We will be back next Wednesday, though, live in full effect. So next Wednesday, be tapped in, be ready to rock, man. So if y'all know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that join button right now. $2, man. Hop in here, join the fam, join the team. You get into the Discord where literally we get news before VolQuest. I promise you. So we really be. So till then, man, y'all know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, join Apple and Spotify. We'll be back next Thursday for Apple and Spotify. YouTube, we'll see you live on Wednesday, man. For my guy Sale, for my guy C2, it's your boy Ruck in the building, man. Straight up Tennessee, baby. We'll see y'all next week.